I think it is your good name. She made a good introduction about me, but ended with a note grandfather. Probably she could satisfy her ego in thrashing me out at the first speaker. Probably she wants to notify all entrepreneurs who are sitting here as my grandson or granddaughter. I differ and I will debate that issue later. It's a private quarrel between you and me. The biggest challenge in this world today for me is not having been called as grandfather. Paul had given me 15 minutes of time and he is asking me, is there any PowerPoint presentation, sir? Highly academic. Highly academic. How can we expect a speaker to speak and give a PPT presentation? Every week is not passing for me not speaking in a college or university, I tell you honestly. Not only in Tamil Nadu, elsewhere also. Name a few big Spilani, IITM, whatever it is you call it. 15 minutes time, if I have to give the essence of entrepreneurship enthuse all of you, it is he's very avaricious, aggressive. All of you know Tamil? No, nobody knows Tamil, sorry. He's so selfish. I just had a comment about the school exams which has been completed by +2 and the results have been all announced. One person was telling me he was wishing all the people, I wish all passed out candidates who are going to become future executives in government offices. Number one. Number two, my wishes are there for entrepreneurs who have failed in the examination. Third, my greetings are there for the people who have not even attended the examination, all politicians. This is the kind of demarcation of entrepreneurship. I used to sit, I have friends, I did a professional education, I'm a postgraduate, university first and gold medalist, state first. I used to sit in the front bench of my college classes. There is a last bencher person who is now chairman of a group of institutions whose worth is 1,200 crores. He was a last bencher. I don't want to name. The first inspiration you should feel, the last bencher used to be a chairman of a college where I go, still I am a front bencher. I go and speak into an organization when they are talking about valuation, net worth, assets and liabilities and blah blah. His worth is 1,500. He used to call me Annachi. He used to also call me Ambi. No, because Ambis are only front bench people. Ambi means Samathu. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't while away time. Go to office, go to school, go to college, go to library, do all these works. So to become an entrepreneur, you should be first the last bencher. Don't worry about the seat. Never worry about the seat. I have already consumed the 3 minutes of the 15 minutes given by Paul. Sorry, Paul, you will have to give me additional time. Sorry. I have flown from Madurai yesterday night, late flight. Reached home at about 11:30 because of Paul. I have a great love for him. I don't know why. Santosh will also endorse and agree. Some people are born with that entrepreneurial skill inborn in them. You can never change them. Some people are born with innate feelings of being an entrepreneur. Forget all definitions. I'm going to give you a couple of information, not statistics, no PPT presentation, for God's sake. How to become an entrepreneur? People used to define, you have 3 C's: character, capacity, capital. Wipe it off. No more. You go to any school of entrepreneur development, whether it is a graduate course or diploma course or anywhere, go and listen to inspiring talkers. They say 3C. They will start with 3C. One is capital, second is capacity, third is character. You would require nothing to become an entrepreneur today. Nothing. I teach entrepreneurship not only in IIT but also in VIT, in a couple of colleges, universities. It is my favorite subject. That's why when Paul asked me, sir, what topic you want to talk? What is my topic? How to differentiate an entrepreneur. Many of you may be thinking, all are you with dreams? I think 3 or 4 of them are the odd man out in this crowd. 3 of them, like me, wearing a tie on a hot summer. 3 plus 1, nobody wears tie. I tell you 3, you are going to become an entrepreneur. Take it from me. You have already registered yourself as an entrepreneur. It is not thinking differently. It is not out of box thinking. Forget, erase all those synonyms. It is boxless thinking. There is no out of box. When there is no box, where is the need for a box? Boxless thinking. And you must be against nature. Force of gravity, Einstein theory, times energy theory, PE theory, Archimedes theory, relative density. Forget all those theories. We are going to work against the nature. Because when the madam was talking prior to my talk, she was telling we are going to provide solutions. Identify the problems first in the society. You don't need to identify solutions. Solutions are not easily obtainable. Identify the problems existing in the society. This is a meeting well organized, well developed by a very aggressive Paul. Paul has the capacity of making an organization, creating an organizational essence, force, bringing the people together. It's very difficult. I saw at the entrance of this science park, here I have spoken on a couple of occasions, it is written, assembling like-minded or unlike-minded. Unlike-minded. It is written, when you go out, please watch. It is written there. It is very difficult to assemble unlike-minded together. There are people of different walks of life. In entrepreneurship, how to identify or differentiate you as an entrepreneur from normal thinking? First and foremost, you should have a boxless thinking. Don't try to walk on a set line. This is what Sundar Pichai used to talk in all his talks. Never try to walk on a set line. Never ever think to walk on a set guidelines. Don't listen to your neighbor. Don't listen to your friend who is traveling with you in the bus. Don't listen to the guy who is traveling with you in the flight. Don't listen to even your parents. Excuse all parents. Don't listen to professors. Sorry. Only listen to Paul. Listen to me also, if you enjoy me talk. Why? If you walk on the set lines, you don't create a line for yourself. When you follow the same line which has been set by people, you are not an innovative or imaginative person. Number 2. Number 3, you should not react. Don't ever react. If anybody in this crowd is going to react or has the habit of reacting to situations, you will never become an entrepreneur. Now Paul is asking, sir, what is this, sir? You want me to like a buffalo? To all situations, non-reacting? I said only don't react, but proact. How to proact a situation? There is a response and stimuli. When someone is giving a stimulus, you respond. When the response to a stimulus is instant, on the spot, that is reacting. An entrepreneur should not react. How? Someone is asking a question, sir, how to tide over a situation without reacting? The response and stimulus, if it is together, it is reaction. If you really move the response and stimulus a little away from each other, little move from away from each other, you get a space. Can all create that kind of a space? How to create a space between response and stimulus? Paul is asking, sir, someone is hitting me. You want me to sit back, relaxed? How to react to him? Can I hit him back? Can I report to police? Can I call my friends? Can I call my security to send him off? You want me to do a research if somebody hits me? No, it is not that. It is not that. If you have to proact, you should have 4 qualities. If you have, it's good. If you don't have, develop it. You require 4 constituents. One is self-awareness. Second is independent will. Third is conscience. 4 is imagination. If you have all these 4 qualities, attitudes or traits or whatever you call it, you know how to get a time lag between response and stimulus. An entrepreneur should try to create a space between response and stimulus. Then only he can be an entrepreneur. The first differentiator is this. Second differentiator. First I have already told you. Then only, as an entrepreneur, you create your own environment. You should create your own environment. If you ask your salespeople, have you done the sales calls today? He will come with 101 excuses. He will tell Paul, sir, when I started, the two-wheeler did not start. It had a spark plug problem. Then I thought there is no petrol. I went to the petrol bank. There was no petrol available. Then I had to drag it. I walked. It was sunny. Then it was windy. It was dusty. Then I went at about 5 o'clock. I saw that person. He was not available in the house. He has taken 20 minutes to explain you how, why, where he could not do a thing. Because he is influenced and affected by the environment. An entrepreneur should not take a defense in the name of an environment. He should create his own environment. when you think you can create your own sunshine, when you can create your own rainy, when you can create your own oxygen filled atmosphere, you create your own atmosphere. If you create your own atmosphere, there is no need for you to find a reason to tell Paul, sir, I could not do it because of all these reasons. Failures are explained by reactive people always. All failures are explained. If there's going to be a hung parliament in Karnataka, they will come with 101 excuses. Sorry, it's not going to come. Don't quote me anywhere. Third quality which differentiates an entrepreneur is sell first than to build. Sell first than to build. Akash, I think you will agree. Sell first. You should sell first. There was a program in VIT last year I was attending. I think I should share this with you. Very interesting, like a group of people. Third year, fourth year people and entrepreneurs were there at TBA. I'm a committee member of TBA VIT. I was just sitting watching the presentations. There was a very innovative questions given to the students. It was a group of about 20-30 people. A professor from IIT Delhi came and asked the students, I give you $1,000. We use dollars normally because valuation is always explained in million and billions. So let us talk about dollars. And one fine morning, with the kind of Vastro accounts coming into Indian scenario for buying and selling petroleum and other products in the international market in Indian rupees, our currency will also become an international currency that way. Well, they asked the students, I give you $1,000. Can you multiply this in 60 minutes? I want you to multiply this $1,000 in 60 minutes. The same question I am asking you. There are a lot of young brains waiting to fight in the field of entrepreneurship, trying to get the leadership. All the team tried their level best, came out with 1, 2, 3, some drab suggestions, some innovative suggestions. They have been all telling, by and large, lackluster reasons. And none of them could really fulfill. One student who is a second year student of VIT, second year student, not even third year or fourth year. A second year student came up. He was the winner. What he could have told? Very surprising. He said in one word, sir, this $1,000 doesn't attract me at all. It rather distracts me. Why should I take this $1,000 and try to multiply it and come back to you with a reason which is going to give me award or reward? Instead, I have decided, I have made a presentation for you today to be shown about my product presentation to you to win the stage 1 funding or stage 2 funding, mezzanine funding or venture funding or whatever it is. This presentation, from my point of view, looks very lucrative and attractive. Take back this $1,000. I have already sold my presentation to a similar company. They said they are going to pay me $25,000 for this. This is entrepreneurship. If you don't have money, you have time. If you don't have capital, you have imagination. If you don't have money, you have service area. For that only, lot of bootstrapping is happening in the entrepreneurship spectrum today in the field. Lot many people are bootstrapping. Either they have a rich father-in-law or a rich mother-in-law or a good friend, a good neighbor. They do bootstrapping because they believe in themselves. They believe in themselves. A classical example is Paul. Enormous. I could see his growth in the last 1.5 years or 2 years. His growth has been phenomenal because he believes in himself. Money doesn't matter. If you have no resources, consider your resources the best. You sell first, then develop. Never think of an organization with 200 people standing in a good t-shirt, giving a photograph and telling this is organization have built huge glass panned offices, rented cars. We don't want all these things. Don't develop your infrastructure for the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years till you have an investable surplus on fixed assets. I am a thorough finance person. Don't ever create and invest your money into creating an infrastructure. Never ever. I am seeing almost 30 cases every month in VIT under TBI. People come with tremendous, thunderous ideas. One idea I can steal from them and tell you, keep it within yourself. EV, electric vehicles are the in thing for the next 10, 20, 30 years. The existing petrol or diesel vehicles are going to be phased out in India. If you have an old car, sell it better. The electric vehicles are going to be charged. One of the entrepreneurs thought very, very intelligently. Instead of a normal vehicle goes up to 250 kilometers per charge. If you go there, charge en route, if the charging is not available, you get stranded. How to? It's a very simple thing. It's only a small problem, but a big solution. He said, sir, I'm going to do a thing where I'll be having charged batteries with me and I will throw a solution. I will make this application available to all the car holders, electric vehicle owners. It will tell them in 20 kilometers there is a recharge battery available. In 30 kilometers there is a recharge battery available. All that they need to go. Don't even spend 30 minutes or 40 minutes to charge your car. Go there, replace the battery, go straight. What a simple solution. What a brain-breaking solution. This is third. Fourth, how to differentiate an entrepreneur is break ship method, arbitrage. Break ship, we call it break ship method. It is called arbitrage. Majority of the shopping malls today are selling in arbitrage model. What is not available in India is available cheaply in Taiwan, in China, in Hong Kong. All that you need to do, you do an arbitrage method. Arbitrage is a technical word used in the secondary market of capital. You buy from low price areas, you sell in high realizable market. Fourth, how to differentiate and execute. I think in India we have 68,000 or 69 as per Piyush Goyal, 79,000 startups are there. And the year 21 has seen a never before IPOs of more than 45 companies in startups. And unicorns, India has crossed 180 unicorn numbers. What is a unicorn? David Bloom's. A unicorn is a company startup which has made $1 billion turnover. World has got 1,600 unicorns, of which 650 are in US. Please know, out of 650 unicorns in US, 200 people who own the unicorns are India-based. Indian-born entrepreneurs. A couple of IPOs which has come from startups. Never before in 21, we had a very tough time in Indian economy, world economy, year 2021. COVID and aftermath, transitional economy, downtrodden progress in business. But still India, we had in our history, though we have a lot of advantages, we have a tremendous demographic dividend. We have got a tremendous demographic dividend in India. The average median age of people in India is 25, whereas it is 40 in US, 49 in Japan, and 47 in Europe. This demographic dividend is 25 to 39 ages of the people are going to be the greatest number in India. Nowhere in this world we will have this kind of advantage. Nowhere in this world. By 2030, it is estimated the population of the demographic people in the working group are going to be 620 million in India. Believe it or not. We will be the first, China will be the next. But this demographic dividend comes with a tremendous challenge. Tremendous challenge. What is the challenge? We have not developed the skills. All this working population are going to be without skills. They dude. Sorry to use the word. We are heading towards such a scenario by 2030 or 2040 when you all will be in business. Take it from me. You will have people but not without skill. Why we have not developed the skills, or why we are not able to really play a role into developing a skill into the minds of this working group which is available in plenty in our country? Sorry to say, we have failed in importing the right education. The skills are not treated. The skills are not recognized. We don't have a skills institution in India. If you have skills, we are talking about only ITIs, which has got 4 or 5 trades, 6 trades. Rusted old bureaus, broken tables. School dropouts go and study in ITIs. We have more engineers, less workers. One person is working, 10 engineers are supervising. This is the beauty of our engineering education in our country. We have not developed skills. We have not learned it. Our ministers, our MPs, our MLAs, all are visiting foreign countries once in a month to buy perfume and liquor, nothing else. Australia is a country where I have my office as well. In Australia, the skill education is the highest in the world. That is called TAFE, T-A-F-E in Australia, Training and Further Education. In Australia, if you want to be a barber, you should have a TAFE certificate of being a barber. You should have qualified as a skill. Otherwise, nobody will give their heads to you. If you want to be a housekeeper, housekeeper, you should have a certificate from TAFE. All TAFE certificates are world-recognized skill development institutions. I am working with an education institution in Tamil Nadu to have a joint venture arrangement with TAFE in Australia. If you want to be, there are, how many trades they have in TAFE? 1,350 trades. Mind-boggling. We failed. We could have done it in no time. When Sivakumar at the end of Adair office can do it, why not big people can do it? There is a will. The entrepreneurs should have that independent will. If you have a will to do it, will to help people during COVID, Paul has done it. A tremendous work he has done. Hats off to him. I wish you all give a clap to him. How many people are suffering for oxygen? For how many people have been suffering from incubators? He could put his team onto the work in the field without looking for any result. No motive, nothing. Hardly we get people like Paul in this society to help a social upgradation. This is real social entrepreneurship. It is like sun. Sun rises without looking for any return from you. Return on investment is nothing for sun. When the quails are singing, they are not asking for a trademark or exchange of money for whatever they do. All selfless. Selfless. Nature. Learn from nature. Selfless. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you should inculcate qualities to differentiate yourself from others. Then only you will have tremendous amount of, it should be acts of human generosity. I should say that. If you do acts of human generosity, I tell you, oxytocin flow will be very high in your body. Oxytocin is a feel-good chemical God has given to you. If you sit next on this entire crowd, you'll be sitting next to some person with whom you have all comfort levels. That is because of oxytocin. Just change your seats, you will be fish out of water. I know. That is called a feel-good chemical. You will be sitting in a restaurant and talking with a cup of coffee for 2 hours. No topic, no meaning. You are not developing, you are not discussing about the economic development of the world or globe or India or even your house. You will be sitting for hours together and be talking. It is for women in a coffee shop. For men in the bar, nothing to ask. It is at times days together. Why? Because of oxytocin. God has given that chemical to you to really do, to get inspired and get the acts of human. If someone listens to the act of generosity done by Paul during COVID period, a guy who is receiving that information gets shot of oxytocin. A guy who is looking at him at a distance when he say, sir, yes sir, that day in Ambattur, yeah, I saw them in a two-wheeler came and gave this oxygen pump, this, that and all, sir. When you hear, you get that oxytocin. If you are an entrepreneur, my time has come. If you are an entrepreneur, you should be an oxytocin developer. By getting out to work that is going to make you happy, not your neighbor happy. Your neighbor will be quite unhappy. So this is what, an introductory kind of how an entrepreneur need to be. I thought of sharing some numbers. No, Paul has not given me a permission. Let me respect because he is an oxytocin developer. Very proactive person. I am only reactive. In the financial matter of raising funds, you as an entrepreneur find any difficulty, you are free to access to me. My office is in Adayar only. Paul has got my information, details about me, whether it is an angel fund or investment at any level, mezzanine or growth fund or whatever it is. Your valuation particulars, I've been a merchant banker. I have done 67 IPOs independently as a lead manager. I was heading a company which was #1 merchant banking company in India. I headed a bank in London as well. So internationally, to raise funds at a LIBOR plus, to safeguard your cost of funding, to make your organization more profitable, how to combat the variations and variabilities of financial management, what is the crux of working capital management, what are the sensitivities of working capital management, why people fail. Out of 990 startups fail. 60 to 70% the failure is due to wrong or misunderstood financial management. So the financial management may look small, but it is not small. It is detrimental. It is discriminal. And you have to be very, very careful in getting it done. Any amount of your requirement for a startup or angel funding, my services are available to Paul and his associates at any point of time. With this small introduction and this kind of opportunity given to me, I wish you all the best, my grandsons and granddaughters. I wish you all the best.